Oh, yes.
Welcome back, everyone. Today we're taking a look at Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Battlemaster Singe. Singe is a Decepticon Battlemaster, specifically a Target Master. He's number 44 in the series, and traditionally he is one of the two Target Master partners of the Decepticon Spinister. Now, funnily enough, I actually received this toy while in the middle of filming the Spinister review. So initially I wasn't going to have him for that, but I figured, it's a good reason to halt production on that, film this, and then be able to include him in the Spinister review for completion's sake. So look forward to that. Now, Singe himself is a mostly black and silver redeco of the Autobot fire drive, though he uses the fire blast effects from the Decepticon Aimless. So a bit of a mixed bag there. So he is, yet another redeco amongst the Battlemaster assortment, unlike his Wavemate Rung, who I'll be reviewing after this. But I gotta say, he's one of the coolest colorations of this mold so far. Definitely liking the way he looks. Harkens back to his original colors quite well. I do like the green fire blast effects. We don't get a lot of those, so that's neat. But anyway, if you've seen my reviews before, you know how this goes. We're gonna take a look at Singe's packaging. We'll look at his instructions and then see the figure himself in his different modes, do some group shots, comparisons, and then at the end I'll give my final thoughts. So Siege comes in your typical Battlemaster packaging, very small, very simple. I actually got him and Rung together on like a 2-for-1 deal at Target, so it's pretty good. Buy two and each one's like $5, so not bad. But anyway, you can see right here the artwork that they use for Singe is very dynamic, very cool looking. I mean, even though he's a simple little character, he actually looks pretty well fleshed out from a plot perspective, character-driven perspective. He's got this like grimace on his face as he's firing his little twin cannon thing with the green lasers coming out. So very neat. Digging that. And then in the end here, it's very simple. You just have renders of Singe in both his robot and weapon modes. Takes him only 5 steps to transform, and that's really it. Calls out the fire blast feature, and yeah, that's all the packaging has. Okay, here's a quick look at Singe's instruction sheet, and you can see it's just got this nice picture of him here on the front. Flip it over. Very simple transformation into his weapon mode, and that is it. Now we have Singe in his robot mode. You can see he's just got these very cool metallic plastic colors, as well as some nice silver paint here on the front, and like metallic blue paint here on his face. Then he's got this very neat, kind of like a lime green colored laser effect, which is borrowed from Aimless. And overall, he's just a pretty nice looking little robot. And as I mentioned, he is a redeco of the Autobot fire drive, so you can see just how similar yet different they are. One thing I've noticed about all the fire drive repaints is that, or redecos, they all use a black like head and torso motif, which unfortunately makes them look a bit samey, but he at least breaks it up with the silver down here, so that's nice. And I do like the fact that they swapped out the fire blast effects instead of just using the same ones, borrowed them from a different mold, so at least there's a little bit of variety here. Transformation to weapon mode is very quick and easy. Go ahead and set those aside. If it's not already, make sure his little weapon cannon thing is attached to his back, like so. And you just flip it up, plug his feet together, swing them forward. You gotta bend this hinge there in his waist, plug him into the barrel, and then tab his wrists up against his hips, like so. Then, feel free to go ahead and reattach fire blast effects if you so choose. And there you go. This very cool looking weapon mode here. And I'd say this like shiny gunmetal color just works really well for what is a gun. And I think it's probably the best looking use of this mold by far, even though structurally it really doesn't match Singe very well at all. So that is a shame. And to give you little bit of a quick preview. Here is Singe attached to Siege Spinister, this helicopter mode. Don't want to show off the two too much because I'm about to do a Spinister review and I want to kind of save the meat and potatoes for that. But it gives you a good idea of just how they look together. I think this bright green really helps add to the ridiculous late 90s coloration of Spinister, so it's always nice. And yeah, we will see more of these two in the next review. And one last group shot before I forget. Here is a shot of Singe with his Transformers Collectors Club counterpart. This was released a few years ago and came with the club's Spinister toy. And you know, that guy himself is just a redeco of one of the Thrilling 30 Scoop Target Master partners. So color-wise, these both are very good matches for the original Singe character. As far as the actual molding and the transformation, all that, neither of them match. You know, unfortunately, that engineering is just not being retouched in any modern toy, which is a shame, but at this point, it's just to be expected. So anyway, as far as my final thoughts on this guy, again, he suffers from the same old redeco issue that all of these Battle Masters and Micromasters have. You know, it's just mold fatigue is getting really old. But like I said before, I think he is the best looking use of this mold. He does seem to go a little above and beyond the other toys when it comes to like paint apps and all that. And I think, you know, aesthetically, he's just very pleasing to the eye. So if you want a cool looking Battle Master, or, you know, you want to complete the trio of Spinister, him, and Shroot, then he's a very worthwhile pickup. But if you're tired of having the same molds over and over, I understand if you just don't want to bother with this guy. However, his Wavemate Rung is a new mold, so you might want to look into that. But that is at least my take on this toy. Perhaps you feel differently. I'd love to know what you have to say in the comments section. If you enjoyed this review, go ahead and toss it a like. Let YouTube know that you do like these. If you want to see more of my Transformers reviews or any other content, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you always get a heads up when I post something new. I thank you for joining me for this look at the Battle Master Singe today, and with all that said, I will see you next time.